Hi everyone, welcome back to Raw Inspired Living. Today I'm in here and I'm going to make a healthy version of something that honestly was my favourite Christmas baking treat that I made, which was the fruit mince pie. I made great fruit mince pies. All my friends and family used to wait for them to be made, and they'd be like, when are the fruit mince pies coming? And I can't tell you over 17 years how many fruit mince pies I baked. It was a lot. But, I used to use the beautiful Robinson's fruit mince in a jar, and the pastry had custard powder and everything in it. It was delicious. But over the years, I've realised that it's not great for my health because it has a lot of refined sugar and a lot of other things in it that were not great for my health. So I have come up with a recipe that tastes like fruit mince pies, but is raw. It's cookies done in the dehydrator, and the smell is amazing. It so reminds me of making the fruit mince pies at Christmas. So there's two lots of ingredients, a little bit separate, so let's get into it. Okay, here are all our beautiful ingredients. This over here is going to be our fruit mince. So I've got some pecans, which I've previously activated. In here, I've got some green apples, some sultanas, and some dried figs. I've got some orange juice and orange zest. And in here, I've got some cinnamon and ginger powder. Oh, it smells amazing. Over here is our cookie dough. So I've got almond flour, coconut flour, some maple syrup and vanilla. I've got some medjool dates. And in here, I've got some cinnamon, nutmeg, some salt and some clove powder. Oh my gosh, the smell is amazing. So we're going to mix this up first. We're going to make our fruit mince first. We're going to put it aside and then we're going to make the dough. So let's jump in. So I'm going to be doing all of this in my Thermomix, but if you've got a food processor, same thing. So I'm going to throw in the fruit. Now I don't want it too blended up. I still want some texture to it. So I'm not going to blend it up to a total paste because you want some texture left in the fruit mince. Oh, that orange zest. Oh, that just smells so amazing. Oh, so delicious. So let's blend that up first and I'll show you the texture. So you want to keep checking this. I mean, if you've got a food processor, you can see, but with the Thermomix, I need to keep checking because you just don't want it. Actually, see, that's probably what I want. So that's enough. So that's sort of the texture you're looking for. You're still wanting it to be, you want to be able to see the nuts and the fruit in there. You don't want it to be too pasty. So I'm just going to take that out of there. I'm not going to wash it because, it's all going to be mixed in together in the cookies anyway. So I'm just going to pop that into a bowl because we're going to add it back in later to the cookie dough. So that'll be easy. So get as much of it out as you can, but it's all about simplicity. We want raw food to be simple. That's the whole idea of it, not fussy. Yep, so that's enough. We can whack in our cookie dough now. All right, so now we're going to whack in our cookie dough and we're going to blend that up. So we're going to pop our dates in there and our almond flour and our coconut flour there, and the spices, and then we're going to pop in our wet ingredients, our maple syrup and our vanilla. Oh, it smells gorgeous. Right, and we're going to mix that into a dough. So let's do that. Right, that looks and smells amazing as well. Look at that. It's gorgeous. It's just gorgeous. Now, you know me with raw food. I like to get my hands in and mix it in. You could probably put it back in the Thermomix or in your food processor and do that, but I think you can mix it just as well by hand. So let me show you how to do that. And let's see it come together as a nice dough. Okay, so we've got all of our ingredients in here. We've got the dough and we've got the mince. Often just mixing it by hand is the best way to do this. You can hear it a bit squelchy and getting in, and you want it all mixed in, the dough and the fruit. Oh my gosh, this smells so good. It really does smell like mince pies. And I should know because I've made enough of them over the years for sure. All right, trust me, this is so much quicker than mince pies. Mince pies took forever to make. They were gorgeous, but they took forever. And this is smelling honestly amazing. It's got a beautiful doughy texture, so I can pick it all up like a dough. And I'm just squishing it in between my fingers because I really want all that fruit to be all the way through the dough. Now, when you are making raw food, you do have to make sure that your hands are very clean because remember, this food is not heated, so it doesn't kill anything in there, the nutrients or the bacteria. So just make sure your hands and your fingernails are quite clean when you're doing raw food. And look at that, that's our beautiful dough. And we're going to roll that into balls and pop it on a dehydrator sheet. And then they'll go in the dehydrator for probably about 12 to 14 hours. Depends on how doughy you like your cookies, but I think about 12 to 14 hours should be good for these. So here's our beautiful mixture. And you're just gonna grab a little bit of the dough. Again, with raw food, don't make your cookies too big because they are gonna be quite sweet, especially these ones that have a lot of fruit in them. So you don't really want them too sweet. So you can just do that and just pop them down into a beautiful little cookie shape. That's about the size that I have my cookies. I don't have them too much bigger than that. And these smell amazing. Just like a fruit mince pie, but actually better for you. Something that your body is going to appreciate and use all those beautiful, amazing phytonutrients and vitamins from all of that beautiful fruit and the nuts in the almond flour. You get the hang of this, like you can feel if the ball is a little bit too big. And this is what the dehydrator just does such a beautiful job of, because some people are like, you can't, like, how do raw cookies, they don't taste like cookies, but you know what, you can. I can make crackers in the dehydrator that snap just like a normal cookie. These type of cookies I find when they've got fruit in them, they don't really dry out like a cookie. They're more of a dense, you know, rich cookie, but I like that because it's sort of a cross between a cookie and a cake, which I think is super amazing. So I'm just going to continue with the rest of these and then I will show you them before they all go into the dehydrator. Here are our gorgeous cookies ready for the dehydrator. On the back ones, I've just sprinkled a little bit of coconut sugar, not really for sweetness because they're sweet enough, but just a little bit for texture. And so it made about 16 of these size cookies. So I'm going to pop those in the dehydrator for, as I said, probably about 14 hours. So I'll do it overnight plus a bit more and come back and let you see the finished product. So here are our beautiful mince pie cookies out of the dehydrator. I dehydrated them at 45 degrees Celsius, which is what I dehydrate everything at, so it stays beautifully sort of enzyme rich and the heat doesn't kill off any of the enzymes. So I did these for 14 hours. So I think I could probably do with a bit more, but you know, it depends on how you like your cookies. I quite like soft cookies, but if you want them harder, you just dehydrate them for longer. It's pretty humid here at the moment. So they are, oh my gosh, they smell amazing. Like they really smell like mince pies that I made used to smell. Honestly, raw food is so wonderful, and the flavors that you can create with raw food are just so amazing. And people who don't even like raw food or say they don't like raw food probably won't even know they're eating it. So look at them. Aren't they just gorgeous addition to your Christmas table? I hope that you try the recipe. Let me know how you go. I hope that you have an amazing Christmas with your family and your friends, and I look forward to seeing you again in Raw Inspired Living.